Hello, I'm Seth Udinsky, and this is This Day in History. This day in history, January 19th, we travel back over 1,600 years to the year 379 AD, in the twilight of the Roman Empire. On January 19th, 379, Theodosius I became emperor of the Eastern Roman Empire. Divided for the first time under Emperor Diocletian in 285, the empire had been in decline since the early 3rd century and was now facing threats on all sides. But more than the forces on the outside, the classical Roman Empire was about to be overtaken by an unseen force more potent than any political power in the ancient world: Christianity. Historians usually recognize Theodosius's predecessor, Constantine the Great, as the first, quote, Christian emperor of Rome. But under Constantine in the early 4th century, Christianity was merely legalized. So in other words, you could now be a Christian and no longer fear being fed to lions or burned as a human torch, as was common in the pre-Christian empire. Theodosius took the next step. He declared Christianity the official, unquestioned religion of the empire in 381. His jurisdiction only extended to the Eastern Empire at this time, which made up most of Greece, parts of Turkey, and sections of the lower Near East. But in 392, he gained control of the Western Empire and reunited East and West. Rome's absolute rule over the known world briefly resumed. Christianity spread all throughout the empire in a matter of decades, from the deserts in the Near East to the furthest reaches of northern Britain in the west. Theodosius died in 395, and less than a century later, the Roman Empire died with him at the hands of the Visigoth tribes in 476. But as Rome fell and medieval Europe began to take shape, Christianity grew in strength and would soon become the defining cultural and societal force in the Western world. Thanks for joining me for This Day in History. Now, back to Sam and Ian for more FISM news.